I always tell the story that when I got to seminary, I had pastored for a while, I had church planted, I had done things. I got there and I just assumed everybody wanted a church plant. So I was talking to the other students. Now when we start new things, when we use our degrees and start new things, and everybody's like, no, we don't want to do that. Then I realized this is a unique, a different calling than a lot of folks get. I got my doctorate at Asbury, graduated in 2018 with a DMin, a Doctor of Ministry, in church planting, basically. One of the things that attracted me to Asbury was the chance to work with Art McPhee, who was a Mennonite pastor and a Mennonite church planter in the 70s and even into the 80s. My whole time during seminary was on staff of the Methodist Church. And one of the simple gifts for me of seminary was really deciding and realizing that I'm an Anabaptist. That's really where my home is, my theological home is. I talked to Owen, I said, I'd like to join the Mennonite Church, because I was not a member at the time. And I said, I'd like to talk about church planting possibilities in Virginia Conference. He and I talked for a long time about a lot of different places. And we were praying, and he was praying, and some other folks praying. And in the meantime, I had some friends in Winchester who were saying, you should come to Winchester, start a church. And I wasn't sure I wanted to go to Winchester, to be honest with you. The more we prayed and the more we talked to Owen and we talked to our friends, Winchester seemed to be, like Paul says, seemed to write to the Spirit and to us that that's where we should go. Moved there, and we started having just kind of informal Bible studies, informal gatherings, and getting together with people. We go to community events and talk to people, invite them to come join us. We really got plugged into the arts community in Winchester. We have folks who have amazing art talents, visual art and musical, and that's a real blessing for us all around. We try to incorporate the arts as much as possible. We rent space from a United Church of Christ, a UCC building. It's kind of downtown in Winchester. We begin every evening with a meal together. Then we end every evening with Eucharist, with communion. But I really do believe the whole thing is communion. We break bread together. At the meal, we have informal conversation, catch up on the week, and really have some time to build a community. There's a lot of prayer requests even during that time. People are saying, hey, this is how my week has been, this is what we're going through. We have a worship time together. And we practice a very flat ecclesiology. Everyone has a role. Because the way I read the New Testament is when they gathered, everybody brought something to share. A hymn, a verse, a recollection. I do a message every week, or somebody does. And then we have a time for feedback at, response after the message, either response or small group discussion or something like that. For church planting, we've gotten to know folks. We've done a lot of different events in the community. We try to serve. We've worked in some of the local soup kitchens and that sort of thing. We've been involved in interfaith movement in Winchester. I've always felt the call to try to find new ways to be the people of God in whatever context, in whatever way. There was a woman in one of our church plants that we had. We just got to talking to her at a community event, and she said, Jesus, he's the one who walked on water, right? And that's all she knew. So I was able to kind of build that and kind of express the love of God and the call of God to her. And that's just always makes me very happy and really touches me. And that's blessing any chance you get to do that sort of thing. So that's what draws me to church planting, is finding ways to connect with people who had either had a negative experience or no experience, find ways to communicate the gospel into our culture and to people that don't know it.